Hi coders, welcome back to Coding Casually, and today what we'll be doing is we'll be making a program to scrape the web. Of course, not the whole web. There is a website that we'll be scraping today, and that is Amazon. We will pull out the information for the latest washing machines that the Amazon site gives us while we are on that URL. And this thing that I want to tell you about these stuff is that there are two types of web scraping. The first one is to pull out the information from a dynamic site, and the second one is to pull out the information from a static website. So for this one, what we'll be doing is we'll be pulling out the information from a dynamic site so that we can have the flavor of how web scraping works. So in order to do web scraping using Python, what you need to do here is you need to install three of the modules. The first one is the Beautiful Soup, and the second one is Request, and the third one is Selenium. And I'll tell you why we need that, but first I want you to install it. If you don't know how to install it, you can simply go into your Python's directory, go into the scripts folder, and then using the CMD you can install these modules by doing pip install Selenium, pip install Beautiful Soup 4, pip install Request if you don't have them. Right now I have Visual Studio Code as my IDE and will start coding from here. So what I'll do is I'll go into my IDE and I'll open up a new file. I'll try to save that file into my folder which is called web scraping, if we have that folder, and then we'll save this file in Python form and we'll write web scraping, and then we can start working. So in order to use this, what we'll do is we'll import request, and then we'll import OS, and I'll tell you why we need OS. And from BS4, which is Beautiful Soup, we'll import Beautiful Soup. And then from Selenium is also a module which helps us in web automations and testing. So from Selenium we'll import WebDriver. So in order to use Selenium we need Chrome driver as well, and I already installed it on my system. So basically this is not an installation, this is a file that you download. It's very easy. Go into Google and type Chrome driver for Chrome and you'll get it. And then place this file where your Python file exists. And in order to pull that information, what we'll do is using the OS module, we'll say my directory equals to os.path dot directory name, and then os.path or absolute path, and then we'll say where the file exists, that is where I'm. So this will fetch me where this file resides. And then what we'll do is we'll say my driver is webdrivers.chrome because we'll be using Chrome, and then we'll say my directory plus Chrome driver. This is how we use Chrome. And now what we'll do is the product name, we'll give it a list, and then we'll say price equals to another list which is an empty list. So now what we need to do is we need to fetch that URL, and URL is something that we can pull out by going on to Chrome and then going to amazon.in and then pressing washing machine. And this is how we get the URL. This is something that we will pull, and then we'll say that the URL is this. And now what we're going to do here is we'll say driver dot get, and that will be the URL. So now through this code what's going to happen is that the Chrome web automation, which is just a browser as well, it will open and it will open this URL, right? So now after that what we can do is we'll say the content that we are trying to pull will be from driver dot page source. So now what is happening here is that the moment a driver opens up this URL, driver would have a page source as well, which is basically the HTML. In dynamic form, in dynamic sites, the server doesn't send us the HTML code. It is built by the JavaScript on the browser, and that is why there are problems when we try to scrape dynamic sites. So that is the reason we are using Selenium. If not at all it is a dynamic site, then we would have never used Selenium for this. So now we have the page source with us, so it will say soup, which is the form beautiful soup only. We'll say beautiful soup and content. Now we have the all the stuff which we pulled out from the driver in content, and that is read by beautiful soup. Now we're gonna say is soup1 equals to soup dot find, and what we're gonna find is we'll find everything which is under span and has a class of that is this class is something that will pull out from here. While you are on Chrome, you can simply press Ctrl Shift I. It opens up this tool, which is a developer one, and through this I get to know the name of that class that we are trying to pull, plus the price as well. So for price, this is the call that we need to open up, which is price hold. So let's pull out the price first, and then we'll say for I in soup1 will print I dot text. So instead of printing it, what we can do is we can say price dot append, and then we can append this stuff. Similarly, if we copy this and we paste it here, and instead of price, if we pull out the information of the name, which is this one, we can simply copy this tag from here, and then instead of price hold, we can paste this, and instead of price here, we can say product.append.itext. So now we can say that j equals to 0, and I'll tell you why we are doing this, so that we can print the name of the product first and then the price of it. So we can say for p in product name, print p. So now we'll be able to print p, but we need the price as well, so we'll say price, and we'll say index number j, which is 0 right now, and we'll print this as well, and then we'll say j equals to j plus 1. So now if we run this code, this will give us the name of the product first and then the price of the sale. And how do you check it? You can simply check right now. So this browser will open up the site, it will fetch the data, and then it closes. And now as you can see, hopefully we should have the data with us, and this is the data which resides here. So these are the name of the products, and this is the name of, this is the price for these products. I hope you liked the video and you found it very resourceful. If you liked the video, please press the like button. Please comment if you have any other site that you are unable to scrape, and please subscribe to the channel. They'll help you, because we'll be doing a web scraping full series in which we'll try to scrape difficult websites. So we'll try to explore the modules like Selenium and Beautiful Soup and Request.